welcome to another episode of the Red Arrow Health and Wellness Podcast. I'm your host, Marco, with my lovely co-host,
Jessica.
How's it going, Jessica?
It's going well. How are you?
I'm all right.
Neat.
Yeah, this is thrilling.
Yeah.
Quality podcast time. We're back again. This is going to be a fun episode for us.
It is going to be fun and colorful.
Very colorful. But before we get to all that, let's open this like we always open our episodes. What are you drinking tonight?
Right now, water. What are you drinking?
I also am having water because in a little bit we will have other things
That are colorful.
This is a fun cocktail recipe episode. Low-carb cocktail recipes. Low-carb Tiki cocktail recipes. It's Tiki time.
Hooray, my favorites. Is this an episode for your runners and hockey players?
Oh,
that
no.
are children?
Well, not for my runners.
Mm-hmm.
Not actually. They're not really. Are they still my runners anymore? I stepped down from
guess
coaching. I guess not. Well, my former runners, no, except for the ones who are now old enough to drink because I did it for quite a while.
You're old.
I know. This look on your face. Yes, some of them can now drink.
No, thank you.
For my youth hockey players, absolutely not. For the adult hockey players I play with, oh hell yeah, that's part of what do we do. We have cocktails
Hilarious.
or beers, and we play hockey.
Yay.
Yay. So if you're under...
Somehow, though, I don't see big, burly hockey player dudes drinking tiki drinks.
That's because you don't come and play hockey with us.
True.
But if you are under the legal drinking age for wherever you're at, this is not the episode for you. Go listen to one of our other ones. I would recommend our winter workout tips episode, or our brunch and books episode, or our athlete power snacks episode, or our active shorties, or any of those other ones. There are plenty to choose from. For everybody else, it's Tiki time tonight.
Hooray!
Before we get to the Tiki drinks, though, Jessica, you had some news this week.
I did. I got my second dose of the COVID vaccine.
I'm so jealous.
You should be.
I haven't even had one yet.
You have not, but you're not apparently a healthcare worker or an essential worker. The state of Indiana says that I am both. So I get to get those. Hooray for me.
Hooray for you.
Yeah, so I got the second dose.
How you feeling?
I'm sure everybody wants to know about the side effects.
Yes.
My arm started throbbing about 10 minutes after I got the shot. When you get the shots, they make you sit in the waiting room for 15 minutes to make sure you don't have some sort of scary adverse reaction. And then once those 15 minutes are up, you can go home. But while you're sitting in that chair waiting to be released, your arm is going to start hurting. And it's really, really bad. Like worse than tetanus shot bad. Mm-hmm. After that, I didn't really have any other side effects that came on. The next morning, though, I woke up with a raging headache that lasted for about 16 hours. I went to work all day, though, and...
I'm sure that helped the headache.
It did not.
I'm kidding.
But I did it. I went to work. I was able to get through that headache. But when I got home, I don't know, I started noticing that all of my joints were getting progressively more and more sore. And then it got to the point where my skin actually started aching like it does when I get a fever. I get super sensitive skin when I get fevers. And that happened. And at that point, I was just like, I need to go to bed. I have to go to bed. That was last night. This morning, I woke up and all of the symptoms were gone. No headache, no sore joints, no achy skin.
Hey, yay!
All better.
Yay.
And now I'm vaccinated. Hooray!
Hooray!
I say hooray a lot.
Still jealous.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So Governor Whitmer made an announcement.
She makes lots of announcements.
Okay, but she made one that you're pretty excited about.
I am. Starting Monday, we can get back to normal hockey, more or less. I mean, we can get back to official games. We
Like
can
with
get back
referees
with
and everything?
referees and
Ooh.
everything. So already, Kid 1 has one on the books, ready to go for next weekend.
Cool.
That'll be awesome. The adult leagues get going again. I put out that announcement, which was different side drama a little bit with that because I put it out and then we find out, it was one person, then another one chimes in. And it turned out the common thread with people not getting my email, they were Yahoo email users.
Who still has a Yahoo account?
Yeah, that we got into that and I went through and I made fun of all those people. But, people who had Hotmail and Gmail and corporate accounts and school accounts, everybody was getting them except for the Yahoo users who were all like, well, one guy always
Wait,
gets...
people also still have Hotmail accounts?
Yeah, I know. But the one guy always gets hurt about everything anyway. So I was like, dude, get over it. And then I just picked on him like, why do you still have a crappy email? But apparently there was more of them. Anyway, Yahoo's email servers went and tagged me as a spammer.
Nice.
Fired it back to my main server, which then had to go through the admin permissions. They had to take me off the list because your account has been hacked because you sent an email. I'm like, I sent an email about hockey to hockey players, whole 150 of them.
Awesome.
So that my email was actually disabled for a couple hours. Trying to sort all this out, like what the hell's going on? But we got the word out. Hockey's back Monday, so we'll get back with one of our leagues, and then we'll get the other one into action on actually Valentine's Day. So hockey's back.
Hooray!
Still got to wear masks and all that stuff, but hockey's back, and we're excited.
Awesome.
Yeah. Just in time, too, I need a workout. Your parents were in town this week.
Yep.
Love your parents. Love it when they're here, but it kind of messed with it's finely tuned orchestra, trying to get everything done and all the timelines and the kids' appointments and everything done so people can eat on time and get their workouts in and get to their activities. And it just didn't happen. So my streak for January of hitting my steps goal every day, my workout goals every day, all crumbled.
Sorry.
Yeah, and the weight trend that had been going down all month bounced up. So it's
probably because of the Chinese food.
Probably because of the Chinese food, but that was one day. So I'm looking forward to getting back on track with that and having full-on hockey back. That makes me happy too. But we had a fun day at the rink today.
I bet you did.
Kid 1 had 3, and we'll do air quotes again, games. The coaches were kind of running up. They're cross ice, which again, if you aren't a listener and you aren't familiar with kids hockey, they're 8 and under. They play cross ice side to side. We have 3 of them going simultaneously. We just have little bumper pads down between. And, if the puck is in the corner, the coaches go by and whacks it with a stick, or the puck goes in the net. We don't do another face off. We just, either tell the kids, hey, dig it out of the net, or we just go and take a new puck and throw it in the corner and go after it. Nice. So it's not official games. Now, when we have referees again, they'll have do a face-off and all that stuff for those little guys. So we had that this morning. And then I was out for Learn to Play, which is hilarious because those guys are just...
Learn to Play is so funny.
They're so little and they can barely skate, and it's awesome. Came home, went back, had a game with Kid 2. Kid 2's team won 10-3.
Nice.
And they were short, and it was short. I think we should have had 3 lines of forwards. We only had 2 lines of forwards. So that was fun. Outstanding game. Great goaltending on both ends. And then Kid 1 had a practice. And that went well. And that'll help her hopefully tune her up for this game we got coming up against the team down in Indiana.
Do we have to go to Indiana?
No, I think they're coming here. I got to double check the schedule. So exciting. Lots of hockey. And we made it out of the driveway, which is great.
We did.
Yeah. There was some question on whether that was going to happen this morning.
There was some question over whether or not that was going to happen yesterday, too.
Well, it didn't happen yesterday to all of us except for you.
Yeah. I had to go to work.
We had the first snow
day.
The first snow day. Well, the kids had the first snow day of the year for them.
Yeah.
I work from home, so.
I work in a different state, so I had to go to work.
But you got to go in a little bit later, and you were still there by 8 o'clock.
I was, which is right on time, but it was super stressful because I do a lot of different things in the morning, and that only gave me about 10 minutes to do all of those different things.
The running joke all day at the rink, which by the afternoon I'm like, fruit all day, is that it's warmer in the rink than it is outside, because that's true.
That's horrible.
We have an Arctic blast coming, but all of the snow, they keep making a big deal about, we're going to have lake effect snow and real snow. And it's like, there's not enough for me to even warrant pulling out the snowblower. It's just a little dusting, drifting around, blowing around. Big deal. But it is freaking cold.
Yep.
And all of that just capped off quite a week at work, Jess. It was your favorite week at work, wasn't it?
No. It was a craptastic week at work.
Was it now? Do you want to go into details?
Nope. It was a hard week.
Sounds like you need a cocktail kind of week.
Or
a tiki drink.
16 tiki drinks.
Or 16 tiki drinks. So let's get into it. That's what we're doing tonight. We are doing low-carb tiki drink recipes, and to go along with it, we have a tasting flight in front of us of 4 of the 16.
They're so pretty.
Yay. So we're going to go through these recipes. We're going to talk about them. We're going to taste some of them. We are not going to sit here and taste 16 tiki drinks while
no
recording
fun.
because we wouldn't make it to the end.
That's true.
That's right. So here we go. Alrighty, let's do this. We've got our tasting flights in front of us. We've got our notes on our recipes. We love tiki drinks.
We do.
Why are we doing tiki drinks in the middle of winter?
Because it's fun.
It is fun. It brightens the mood.
I mean, there's like a rainbow in front of us.
I know.
You
It's
can't
hard
be
to
grumpy in front of a rainbow.
If you go with the full umbrella in there or some fruit, it's just hard to be grumpy
We are
with
missing
tiki drinks.
umbrellas.
And we've got Valentine's Day coming up.
Yeah.
So, and with the COVID out, the Rona.
COVID.
I haven't called it the Rona in a while. Yes, the Rona. It's going to be a lot of staycations for Valentine's Day, even with things kind of, sort of, maybe slightly opening up a little bit to minimum capacity.
Restaurants are open, and they're going to be packed on Valentine's
Well,
Day
in
weekend.
Michigan, they're at 25% capacity, so it's not
Exactly.
going to take much to fill them up. I think most people are going to be home. So Valentine's Day is on the weekend this year, and it's President's Day weekend.
Woohoo! Time for shopping online.
Yeah, car sales and mattress sales.
And clothes and computers.
Right. The point is, staycation time for Valentine's Day. Bust out the tiki drinks. And possibly snowed in.
Mardi Gras is coming.
Mardi Gras is coming too. So we've got Valentine's Day staycations. We've got a snowstorm coming for Valentine's Day weekend. Right up coming off of Valentine's Day weekend, we got Mardi Gras. And tiki drinks are always fun for Mardi Gras. They overlap a little bit.
Oh, for sure. You can wear beads while you drink them.
There you go.
It'll be really exciting.
Woo! And well, you could just save these recipes too because they work just as well in summer as they do in winter or fall or spring or anytime you need some pretty foo-foo drinks that taste awesome and are full of rum drinks. There's a lot of rum in these recipes.
But really, the best time to drink tiki drinks is when you're by the pool or laying on the beach.
Or it's the middle of winter.
Or it's the middle of winter, yes. But
Or it's fall and you're sitting by the fire. You need to be thinking of it's warm. Or it's spring and you're getting ready for whatever. There's really not a wrong time to be drinking tiki drinks. We love us some tiki drinks. We've had a lot of tiki parties over the years too.
we have. Speaking of tiki, what is tiki?
Tiki is supposedly tropical exotic style, supposedly, quote unquote, inspired by the South Pacific, but that's not so much.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, they thought that back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s when they didn't get out much. We know now if you actually look, it's like, really, that's not what it's like in the South Pacific. But supposedly inspired when you're trying to talk to a bunch of people who don't travel that much in the 20s, 30s, 40s, whatever, or actually 30s. They're really a U.S. invention. Started popping up in the 1930s at the end of Prohibition.
Sounds about right.
One in Prohibition too. They had all those like bathtub gins and horrible things that would probably kill you.
Yeah.
Horrible concoctions, and you covered up the nasty taste because they didn't have quality alcohol with all sorts of fruit juices and everything else. And there we start seeing the concoctions that later become, hey, they taste good. Now we're putting in a quality control or a quality product that's been produced with quality control and assurances that it won't make you go blind.
Well, that's good.
And we start getting these tiki themed restaurants that are real kitschy and yada, yada, yada. Then we got World War II, where we sent a whole bunch of sailors and Marines and some soldiers overseas. They actually got to see the South Pacific. And then in the 50s, it had this renaissance, really this kind of golden age in the 40s and 50s of tiki bars all over the U.S. And then it got really cliched, and everyone's like, the hell with this. And now it's coming back.
It's coming back.
And you see some really high-end mixology places. You got places all over the place. Well, one of our favorites is a tiki bar in Chicago.
3 dots and a dash.
It's really interesting to find. You actually have to go look. And it's like, where is this place? You have to go down an alley, and all of a sudden you look for tiki torches just randomly in an alley.
Yep. And then the doorman has to let you in.
And then you go down a set of staircase, and there's skulls on the wall with blue
awesome
lights. And then you go down
into like the basement.
And there's a tiki bar down there. There are actually several tiki bars, and it's so much fun.
Pro tip, get there early, like before 5 o'clock, because that place gets packed and it's impossible to get a table.
Yes. So we'll go through these recipes. And just by the way, We've got them for
Like a serving of one.
serving of one. Some are a serving of two or one really thirsty person. But if you want to do this for a party and you want to scale this up, convert every time we say ounces, just in your mind, convert it to cups. And now you start scaling up real fast.
Mm-hmm. And then put it in a punch bowl. Hi.
Or get a clean trash can if you're a cooler, if you're going to do a huge party. You get one of those like 96 ounce or 96 gallon coolers.
Oh my God.
And mix it with a paddle.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's serious.
First up on our list, we'll go with a take on the quintessential tiki drink. I mean, what's a tiki list without a Mai Tai? And there are so many different Mai Tai recipes out there, which you know because you love you some Mai Tai.
I do. I will drink them every single time I go to a bar.
And I think we've already done a Mai Tai on one of our other cocktail recipe episodes.
Yep, we have.
We've only done two other ones. We did we do cocktails quite often on these. But we had summer cocktails and we did autumn cocktails.
Summer cocktails for sure.
So we wanted to do something different tonight, and we've got a sparkling Mai Tai, which we actually had last night.
We did. It was so good.
So, Jess, what is a sparkling Mai Tai?
Okay. It is 1 ounce of aged rum, a half ounce of overproof or 151 rum. Do I have to say overproof or just...
Well, overproof, Bacardi 151 is getting hard to make, hard to find. Rumor is they stopped making it. But there are other overproof rums, and really anything over your standard 80 or 92 proof.
Okay.
Yeah.
A half ounce of homemade low-carb orgeat.
And we did that in episode 13, the summer cocktails. We gave the recipe for that. And that's really important to go with the low-carb version because we're trying to keep the carbs down on these. That's the big theme in these tiki drinks.
Mm-hmm. A half ounce of fresh lime juice. 1 ounce of Pierre Ferrand. Sorry.
What is Pierre Ferrand?
It's cognac.
Oh, well, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can't find that specific brand, cognac.
This is like Faba and Faba.
I think it's, sure. Okay. Tomato.
And 8 ounces of chilled sparkling wine.
Ooh, so champagne that isn't from the Champagne region.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to pour all of your ingredients except the sparkling wine into a mixing vessel. Stir with ice, strain into 2 chilled champagne flutes. You're going to do this if you have a buddy or if you're double fisting because it's more fun if they're in champagne flutes in either hand. It's a really fun mental picture. Then once that's in there, you're going to top it off with the sparkling wine. Garnish with an umbrella, of course, an orange slice, and a cherry. Drink up. Yum, yum.
You just want to say, I love how you're holding back going, drink up, bitches.
I totally wanted to say that. And I didn't, but you did.
One of the tips we've come up with for this, too, is when you're doing your sparkling wine, get the mini bottles, especially if you're going low carb. Unless you've got a party or you got several friends over, then you get the standard size bottles. If it's just you and your special significant other, date night, whatever.
Your special friend.
Your special friend. And if you're not really preparing to tie one on, get the
mini
bottles.
The best.
I'll even say, especially if you're doing mixing cocktails like this, the canned varieties work too.
They're great.
Yeah. This is what you have. Now, if you're toasting your engagement or some like major anniversary or something, don't break out a can of sparkling wine.
That's not good.
But for cocktails, yeah, you might as well go with it. It's just another ingredient.
Okay, what do we have for number 2?
Well, we got another classic tiki drink. You'll see it on almost every tiki menu at a tiki bar, and that is the Bahama Mama.
This is so good. I had this one the other night. It was delicious.
Easily, with all the fruit juices and everything in it, could easily rack up the carbs real fast, but our low-carb version's got that under control.
Mm-hmm. What's in it?
You start out with 10 ounces of coconut pineapple flavored sparkling water. We use icy because they sell it right at the grocery store we're at. Mm-hmm. And those are 0 carb and 5 calories per, 17-ounce bottle or something like that.
Yeah, it's great.
It works real great. And it comes in coconut pineapple.
It comes in every single flavor imaginable.
They're great for these tiki drinks.
They are.
But for this one, in addition to that, you'll need 4 ounces of dark rum, 2 ounces of fresh squeezed lemon juice. Don't get that pre-made stuff in the bottle for the concentrate. It's nasty. Squeeze it. A half ounce of the sugar-free simple syrup that we talk about all the time. We like to use Torani. Sometimes we use, actually the newest batch I got is Da Vinci, which sounds exotic, but it's not. Same thing. 0 calories, 0 carbs. Works great. Replaces the simple syrups. And then you're going to need 1 squeeze of dark cherry water enhancer, which is basically Mio or some generic version of it. Keep an eye on the carb content, but these happen to be 0 carbs and 0 calories.
Okay.
To make this, take 2 glasses or 1 big glass. We're not judging. You know, it depends on whether you want to share or not, or double fist. Take those, fill them up with ice, add your rum, your lemon juice, your simple syrup, and your Mio. Stir. Top it with sparkling water, which is your coconut pineapple flavored water. Gently give it a stir. You don't want to go crazy here because it's carbonated. Garnish with a lemon slice, a pineapple leaf, a cherry, or whatever. Nobody cares. Pop an umbrella in it.
Make it fancy. It's prettier.
Yeah, whatever. Or just drink it. There you go. That's your Bahama Mama.
So good.
Anything else you want to say about it besides so good?
No, it's just so good.
Did you make 1 big one or 2 little ones?
I made a big one. I followed this recipe and I put it in 1 glass.
It's been a week. I think we already established that you didn't even want to go to the details. It was so bad. Number 3, Jessica. You know, when we do these tikis, you got to have all the colors.
It's blue.
Very blue.
Mm-hmm. It's called a Blue Lagoon. And it has 2 ounces of grapefruit vodka, 1 ounce of white rum, 1 ounce of gin, the more herbal the better, 1 ounce of Torani sugar-free blue raspberry.
Or any other brand you can find.
Yeah.
It's not like the Toronto people aren't giving us money, so we just use their products.
A half ounce of Torani sugar-free coconut, a 1/4 ounce of Torani sugar-free almond, a 1/4 ounce of Torani sugar-free pineapple, 4 ounces of sugar-free ginger ale, and 2 ounces of club soda, and a juice of a half of a lime. Don't throw away the other half though, because you need to cut 2 slices from that other chunk of lime. Put everything into a shaker with ice except the lime, ginger ale, and club soda. Squeeze your half a lime into the shaker. Shake. Strain into an ice-filled glass. Add lime slices. Top with club soda and ginger ale. And then drink it. After you admire the pretty blue color that it makes.
It's like Smurf blue.
Mm-hmm. And keeping with the blue drinks, what are we going to taste?
Oh, we're going to taste our 4th drink on this list, which is a Blue Hawaiian, not to be confused with the Blue Lagoon that you just did.
Yeah, also the Blue Lagoon is a terrible movie.
Okay. It is.
In case you haven't seen it.
I have. It is.
Sorry. Isn't there like an Elvis movie called The Blue Hawaiian?
I don't know. I'm not into Elvis movies. I always thought they were terrible too.
They are terrible, but it's better than the Blue Lagoon.
Maybe, but we got the Blue Hawaiian, which is a great drink.
Yeah.
So we did a little playing with this one to make it and keep it low carb. Or actually, to make it low carb, because the original version was not low carb.
No, definitely not.
So you start out with 3 ounces of white rum.
There is an Elvis movie.
What?
Yeah, there is. I just looked it up.
Name the Blue Hawaiian?
It's called Blue Hawaii.
This is the Blue Hawaiian.
Close enough. You could totally watch this crappy movie while you drink a Blue Hawaiian. It would be amazing.
You might need to. I'm over here sipping my Blue Hawaiian.
Oh my God, this smells great.
Oh. But because we're doing tasting flight version, it's going to take a while. We have all of our ice in a cup that we're just throwing ice cubes in as we get to the drinks. So, boom. All right. Starting at the beginning again. 3 ounces of white rum. 1 squirt of blue Mio. I think it's like blue raspberry or something.
Mm-hmm.
Give it a squirt. I'm sorry. Water flavor, 0 calorie water flavor enhancer or whatever. It was Mio. 4 ounces of the pineapple coconut icy that we just talked about. And half an ounce of the sugar-free simple syrup. Put everything in a glass, give it a stir, garnish it with a cherry and a pineapple wedge. Now, if you want to turn this into a frozen drink, you take all your ingredients, instead of putting them in a glass to stir up, put them in the blender, throw in some ice, like a cup to a cup and a half. Mm-hmm. Send that around till it's nice and frothy and frozen. Then put it into your glass, probably like a hurricane glass or a tulip glass would be really pretty too, or a tiki glass, and then garnish it.
We need to make these this summer, and then the frozen ones, and then lay on that giant pineapple floaty thing in the pool and drink them.
That thing's
on
huge.
Like the hottest day of the summer. It'll be amazing.
What are your tasty notes on this?
I love it. It tastes very pineapple-y.
You know what this reminds me of?
Summer?
No, it reminds me actually of winter.
No.
Because it reminds me of Michigan Tech. So we used to go to this place up in Houghton, Michigan. There's this place I used to love going to. By the way, not a sponsor. Just I used to love going there when I was at Michigan Tech. Called the Ambassador. Very old restaurant. It's got really old, cool murals up on the walls. Awesome food. You can get like a 2-foot sub, which my brother would come out on a paddle. They have great pizzas, great Mexican pizza, great, just my favorite French dip sandwich I've had anywhere. But they're also known for their fish bowls.
I wonder if we have pictures of those.
We probably do. Like when I turned 21, my parents gave me $150 in gift certificates to the Ambassador, where they're like, you know what? When you're studying hard, like every other week or so, go out, get yourself have a sandwich, take one of your friends, and have a drink.
Did that last you like the entire year? Because everything's really inexpensive there.
Yeah, like a fish bowl back then was like $6 per fish bowl, and I could get a whole giant French dip sandwich, which would fill me up for $2.25 or $2.50. Yeah, and even a pizza was under $10.
Nice, that's great.
So we would go, and these things, like they had one called the Purple Rain. They had all sorts of stuff, but my favorite was a blue one about this shade of blue called the Pirate's Cove.
Yep, it was amazing.
And it tasted
I got a really
like
big kick
this.
out of those when I came up to visit you.
It tasted like this. It was that glow-in-the-dark fluorescent blue. Yep. All right, I'm going to keep working on mine.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're working on yours, but you usually down your drinks faster than me.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's still in the cup.
Well, we've got our little 4-ounce tasting snifters, because I have, from when I used to brew beer, I would do all tasting flights, and we've used them for whiskey, and they work for everything. So that's what we're using there for this. They are cute. And we've got the one board. You've got the board in front of you. I've just got mine lined up.
I like to be fancy.
Ooh. Well, you also have the numbers in front of them, too.
That's because I get drunk really fast.
Well, we can remember what's what. It'd be awful if you're tasting like the red one and going,
it's the red one.
And I'm talking about blue, and you're like, what? How drunk am I?
Very. Not yet, though.
Not yet. While we're tasting our Blue Hawaiians, what do you have for number 5?
Number 5 is the Caribbean Rum Punch.
Ooh.
I love rum punches. They're so good. Okay. In this one, you are going to put 1.5 ounces of dark rum, 1 ounce of white rum, 1/3 of a cup of lime juice, 10 drops of orange extract, 10 drops of pineapple extract, 8 drops of coconut extract, and 8 ounces of club soda. So you're going to combine the rums, lime juice, and extracts into a shaker. Shake, shake, shake. And then strain into an ice-filled glass. Top with seltzer, and then drink it.
You know, when you talk about combining rums, do you remember for our honeymoon, we were down in Pensacola, and we went to a place called, what was it? Crabs. We got them. We literally...
You know what? It was really, really yummy. And I hope that they still exist.
They do, because I follow them on Twitter.
Nice.
We literally walked off the beach, went to this place called Crabs, which, guess what? They have all the different types of crab.
That's why we went there.
Yeah.
And also...
But you ordered, and like, backing up a little, you've long time told me about when you were little and you lived in Georgia and you used to go fishing with a Cheeto in a bucket. You'd put the Cheeto in the bucket and the little minnows would swim in and you'd catch all these little minnows.
It works really well. I highly if you have little kids and you live near like a lake, I don't really recommend doing this in the ocean.
Well, I'll get to that in a minute why.
But for sure do it in the lake. Get a bucket, like a sand bucket, put a Cheeto or 2 in there, and then just wait with it under the water, obviously. But then wait. The fishies will appear. You can scoop them up, and then your kids can have fun like poking them for a little while.
So
Please be kind to the fish and then put them back in the lake after you're done watching them.
We got married in grad school. We're in grad school at Florida State. We got married back in Michigan because that's where the moms were. But we did our honeymoon in Pensacola because that's what we could afford as grad students. So drive back to Tallahassee, dump off our stuff, and drive 3 hours down the road to Pensacola. Mm-hmm. We stayed in a hotel room. We thought we had an awesome deal. It's in the historic district. Yeah.
This was a year after Hurricane Ivan came through and devastated
and
the
they're
area.
doing massive road construction, and all the road construction workers were staying at the same hotel we were, and our hotel was right in the corner of a highway interchange. So we would get up early in the morning and just take off to the beach, and we'd come back as late as possible. We were spending a lot of time on the beach and a lot of time out in the water, and you kept seeing all these little fishies hanging around you. So you're like telling me the Cheeto in the bucket story again. So one of the days we go out to lunch, we go to this place. Their sign just says crabs. We got them. So we went and get some crabs for lunch, and we had all the crabs. We had a big tasting menu of all sorts of crabs. And they had this thing on their menu that came with a bucket. So, of course, you ordered it because we needed a bucket to go catch some things with some Cheetos. We also got Cheetos later on the beach, one of the little shacks selling snacks. But you got your bucket. And what was in the bucket?
All the rums. All of them.
How many different types of rums were in that drink that was in a bucket?
6. And it was not a tiny bucket. It was a legit bucket. And
it only came with one straw.
It did. It was just for me. And it didn't have as much ice as you might think they would put in there to try and cover up the lack of alcohol. It had very little ice. It was just 6 different types of rum and splashes of fruit juice. And that was it.
I'm going to have to look and see if I can find the picture. There's a picture somewhere of the side because the side of the bucket had all the alcohol in it. I had a taste of it. It tasted good. It did not taste like it had booze in it. It also helped because you had a massive sunburn going.
Yep. Got to turn that paint off. Mm-hmm.
But you got your bucket. We went out into the ocean. You bought your Cheetos, trying to catch a little fish. And then it's like, Jessica, get out of the water. There's a very dark shadow right behind you. So it attracted more than the little fishies.
Anyways, the point is, Cheeto in a bucket works. You can catch things with it. Apparently, all sea creatures love it.
There you go. Mm-hmm. And
I honestly don't remember.
Imagine that.
The dark thing showing up. I assume I got out of the water. Nothing bit me.
Nothing bit you.
Do you remember what it was?
No, because it didn't come out to the surface. I do remember.
Well, that's great.
On our first anniversary, we went down to St. George Island because we were still in grad school. Mm-hmm. And you flipped out and yelled at me to get out of the water because you were screaming shark, which turned out to be a dolphin.
You could only see the tip of the fin. There was not a good way
when
to
I
tell
turned around,
that it was
I could see
dolphin.
the whole dorsal fin and part of the head.
You were not turned around and saw what I saw. I saw the tip of a fin, and I was like, oh, God, he's going to get eaten. Get out of the water now. Now. And then it was a freaking dolphin, and I was like, wait, get back in the water. Let's go catch it. We didn't catch the dolphin.
We didn't catch Flipper.
Unfortunately. Hey, do you remember our first anniversary on the same trip where you got pinched by a crab?
Yep.
Because you decided to antagonize it by standing in its way?
No. I was just standing there and it decided I was in its way and it...
Like I said, you antagonized it.
No, I wasn't. You make it sound like I was out torturing this poor little crab. I was just standing there and it decided I was in its way and it pinched me.
They're crabs. There's a reason
he was crabby,
people are called crabs when they're grumpy. It's because crabs are assholes.
Oh, well, that is the rum punch.
Yep.
And you can't have a tiki list without a punch.
You cannot.
And this one, and there's another one that could easily be scaled up for a party.
Oh, for sure. It would be wonderful at a party.
Especially you can get those tiki punch bowls that also have the centerpiece where you put in
a fish.
Well, that or the overproof rum that you light on fire.
Oh, that's fun.
But if you're doing too much of it, I would recommend leaving out the fire because that's not what you need to add to this.
Nope. Yeah. So this next one
is another punch.
It is another punch. It's called the Planter's Punch.
Because it's got peanuts in it?
No. Yeah, no. It doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
I had to scan it real quick just to make sure. But we're good. There's no peanuts. So if you have peanut allergies, you are safe. Planter's Punch has 4.5 ounces of rum. Jesus Christ. Really?
Oh. It's a punch.
Okay. This is probably for lots of people.
What kind of
then.
rum? Not really. It could be you, depending on the night. Or
Okay.
two of us. What kind of rum?
Sorry. 4.5 ounces of rum, either gold, aged, or Jamaican.
Oh, so it's that kind of drink.
It's yeah.
It's not particular. Whatever.
It's a mishmash.
It's booze.
1.5 ounces of fresh lime juice and 3 ounces of sugar-free simple syrup. I think you all know what kind we use. Pour it into a tumbler and stir and enjoy.
And if you're scaling up, put it in a big bucket with a paddle or
There
an
we go.
oar.
And
And
some
row,
straws.
row your boat until, yeah.
What we got next? That's the fun one. It's got a fun name.
Well, I'll let you do it then.
Oh.
Fun name. I'll let you do it. It's the Corpse Reviver.
Corpse Reviver. It's for dead people. Yay!
Remember that guy we used to work with when you and I were at the road commission? Way back when, before we got engaged. And even when we first got engaged.
The old guy?
No. Jason. Jason saying to everybody when you're parting ways was, don't get dead.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. But in case you do get dead, there's the Corpse Reviver. Jessica, what's in a Corpse Reviver?
All right. It is 3 ounces of gin. What?
Yeah.
All right. 3.
Not every tiki drink has rum in it.
I think they should,
Well,
but this one doesn't.
there's some with brandy, there's some with whiskey, there's some with vodka and tequila. We just happen to like, when we go tiki, we like rum.
Really, I'm just looking for the drink that comes in the most fun glass.
Oh, that too. The best garnish.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember the shotsapotamus?
Shotsapotamus. Yes.
What is
That's
it
from
really?
3 Dots and a Dash.
Yes, it has this octopus with these shots
With
and then arms out
with
and like,
little trays.
and then dry ice underneath and
It's
like
amazing.
hibiscus
We should
blossoms.
put up all of these pictures. We'll
What
have
was
to
the
find
real
them.
name of it though?
Oh,
Shotapus.
Shotapus.
And I called it like, yeah, we'll get the shotapotamus. We had been at a Cubs game, to be fair, and we had been doing a fair amount of drinking there. We were not driving.
We did
Thank
not.
you to Uber and Lyft and all those.
Okay, but
But-
we did not do a fair amount of drinking at the Cubs game.
You had a bucket of booze at that one too.
I don't remember that.
I have pictures of that also.
Okay, but I do remember going to 3 Dots and a Dash with Shotsapotamus, and that was so much fun. Okay, Corpse Reviver. 3 ounces of gin, 3 ounces of lemon juice, 3 ounces of Contreau. I don't know how to pronounce that word.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Okay,
It's a
I don't know how to
liqueur.
pronounce this one either. 3 ounces of Lily Blanc.
Sure.
I don't know how. Anyways,
That is a nice
they're-
herbal aromatic. It's almost like a bitters.
I feel so uncultured.
It's a wine
right now.
derivative. It's French. There you go.
French people in your words. 1 dash.
If you don't have it, throw in some bitters.
Okay. 1 dash of absinthe or cognac.
Because absinthe is still not available everywhere. It's not widely available. You definitely can't get it at the grocery store.
know
but
where
you
you
can
can
get
get it?
cognac. New Orleans, you can
That's
get it.
right.
Yeah.
You can get it in New Orleans.
Well, yeah, it's
My
part of-
dad drink it in New Orleans.
It's also an ingredient in a true Sazerac.
Yep, it is.
But if you can't find it, use cognac.
You're going to mix all of this in a shaker with ice, shake, strain in a chilled glass, and garnish with an orange.
Orange slice. Now, like, don't throw the whole orange on there. Don't spike it like, booyah, here's a big ball, orange ball floating in my drink. Unless you got a giant punch bowl, because there you
How
go.
funny that would be.
Hilarious. Depends on how many tiki drinks you have. You know, if you're still coming off the Caribbean rum punch, you might
Go spice some oranges in your drinks.
You just might. And what you'll be feeling the next day after that rum punch and everything
Really
else,
bad headache.
you will be,
You will be a suffering bastard.
which is our 8th drink on here, the Suffering Bastard.
Okay, so tiki drinks have the best names.
Yes, they do.
It's so much fun. What's in a suffering bastard?
So, a Suffering Bastard, no rum.
Nope.
Another no rum drink. This one is 3 ounces of gin, 3 ounces of brandy, 1.5 ounces of lime juice, fresh squeezed. Do not get that pre-made crap.
No, it's gross, guys. Don't do that.
2 dashes of aromatic bitters. Then you're going to need your sugar-free ginger beer, which you're going to use to top off. So it's however much you need to top off the glass. To make this, shake everything except for the ginger beer with ice in your cocktail shaker. If you put your ginger beer in there, which is carbonated, and you start shaking, you're going to have an explosion.
I almost did that the other
It's
night.
gonna be
You
a
were
hot-
like, no!
It's going to be a hot mess. No, you put everything except the ginger beer in your cocktail shaker with ice. Shake it up until it's cold on the outside. Strain into a glass. Then you top it off with the ginger beer, garnish with a lemon slice and a mint sprig or whatever you got around. And if you've got none of that, hell, garnish it with a metal straw. There you go.
Clink, clink.
Clink, clink. You know what? This is an episode where you don't have a metal straw down here. It's great.
There's... Sorry. You can go get one.
No.
You can have some Plinkies.
So that's 8. Number 9. Number 9 is another one we've actually got on our tasting flight, and you're done with your Blue Hawaiian?
That's good, because it's time for more drinkies.
All right, you're done with your Blue Hawaiian?
I am.
I'm done with mine. Number 9 is...
That's a cube.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm going to start. Number 9, I'm going to put some ice cubes in my number 9.
Oh, okay.
And that way they're not all diluted, sitting here waiting for us.
It's true.
Woo!
We don't want diluted drinks.
Still effervescent. Number 9 is what, Jessica?
The Tempest.
What is a Tempest?
It is actually a rum riff on a Moscow Mule.
Ooh, and you love some Moscow Mules.
I really do. It's pretty much the only drink with vodka that I will tolerate at this point because a long time ago, I drank a little bit too much vodka on several
Didn't
occasions.
somebody send you home from Michigan Tech with a huge care package?
I'm sure that it was you.
Boone's Farm and Smirnoff?
Absolute.
Whatever. Somebody was 21 and somebody was almost 21.
Almost.
And went home with a giant box of booze. Back to Western.
That was a super fun, exciting care package.
Wasn't it?
My roommates and I had a blast, and so did the other people on my floor. Okay.
In your dorm that's soon to not exist anymore because they're getting ready to tear it down.
I think they did tear it down.
They tore down Sex Lodge?
Yeah. I'm
assuming Raper went with it because it was attached to it.
I'm pretty sure that my friend sent me a picture the other day of like a week or two ago of them actually tearing down those 2 dorms, and I don't think they exist anymore.
Which it still cracks me up that they were considered 2 dorms because it was one building. Structurally, that was one building.
There was like a big metal door in between the
it was
two
a
buildings.
firewall and fire doors, but really it was one. Structurally, that was one building.
Okay, well, the boys were on one side and the girls were on the other.
And a fire door between.
And you want to know what was really amazing about my dorm? Every single room.
That the boys' side had the most disgusting showers I'd ever seen when I came to visit you.
I don't know anything about that.
They were so gross.
The
And the
girls
shower
were
curtains.
not.
The shower curtains only covered 1/4 of the shower opening. So it's like, why even have them?
The really amazing thing about that dorm was every single room had 2 rooms to it. So if you wanted,
Not every single, because there was the quads.
Quads had 4. They had 5 rooms. They had a living room. No, I take it back. They had 3 rooms. 1 middle, and then another one.
Yeah.
Anyways, they also had a bathroom.
They suck.
Yeah. I think they had a bathroom. I don't really remember. I didn't live in the quad.
You had a friend who lived in the quad who was part of the 3 a.m. sex in the shower crowd. Even though she had her own bathroom, she'd go down to the community shower.
What?
I don't want to name her name on the podcast.
I know who you're talking about. I just don't remember the story.
She lived in the quad, yet she was using the community bathroom.
Maybe she did.
For her 3 a.m. escapades. Sexcapades.
A pooping issue.
No.
Like everybody else does
for
when
her
they go away to college.
to have sex at 3 a.m. in the shower?
No. Most people are afraid to poop in public.
Okay. Anyway.
So
it was...
The point is...
Okay.
Is that other than the quads, every single room in the entire dorm was a double room.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to, you and your roommate could each have your own room, which is what I did every single year that I lived in the dorm after the first semester.
I think for people who didn't go to Western Michigan, what were the actual names of these 2 dorms? Because Sex Lodge and Raper sounds pretty bad.
It is pretty bad.
They would go, no wonder they're tearing down these damn things. They were built in the 60s or 70s.
And they're really old. Siedschlag was the girls. That's where I lived.
Also known as Sex Lodge.
Mm-hmm, and then Draper was the boys' dorm.
Also known as Raper.
Okay.
Yep.
We didn't come up with these names.
No, they've been around long before we were born.
Also, they might be accurate. I don't know.
They were just up the hill from the Student Recreational Center.
They were next door.
Not part of the valley, because most people who hear about Western
in the middle of campus.
In the valley.
That's why I decided to live in this dorm freshman year, because it was right in the heart of campus, and I was like, if I live in the valley, I'm never going to class. Never, because it's so far away from actual classroom buildings. You have to get on a bus and hike a mile. No, thank you. So I lived in this dorm, and it was great.
Real close to McCracken. Or the crack house. Because that one was falling apart too, and it had like lockers like a high school.
Was McCracken the
chemistry one? Yeah.
Yeah, I used to cut through McCracken on my way to Woodhall to get to psychology class in the snow because I didn't want to. I like planned my route through actual buildings so that I could spend the least amount of time in the snow.
Yes. Well, I did that at Michigan Tech too.
Yeah, but you guys had tunnels. We didn't have tunnels.
There are tunnels for the facilities. The students don't get access to them.
Okay.
So you just walked in and out of buildings to kind of cut down how much time you were in the sub-zero temperatures. Mm-hmm. Anyway, get back to the Tempest.
Okay,
the rum riff on a Moscow Mule. You never did talk about what was in it, and I'm over here sipping on mine.
Oh, all right. It's 2 ounces of dark rum, a half ounce of sugar-free simple syrup, 4 ounces of sugar-free ginger beer, and 2 thin slices of ginger, and a lime wedge. So you're going to put the ginger slices in a glass, fill it with ice, pour in the simple syrup and rum, stir, top with ginger beer, garnish with a lime, and then enjoy.
And if you want to dial back the gingerness of it a little bit, which I don't know why you would want to, but if you really...
I can tell you why, because ginger's not fantastic. It tastes like soap.
Yeah, you like Moscow Mules and you like the Tempest.
But
if you want to dial it back, and actually I think for the ones you made us tonight, you just took out the ginger slices, but left in the ginger beer.
Yeah, it's great. It's just gingery enough. But to be fair, there is a segment of the population that thinks that ginger tastes like soap, just like the people with cilantro. To some people, cilantro tastes
like
amazing.
Our family versus the Weasleys from Harry Potter. Jesus. Just gingery enough, but without being too much ginger. The look on your face is so worth that bad dad joke.
You're ridiculous. I want you to know that.
Whatever, you love me.
I suppose. We're pretty much stuck with each other.
Pretty much at this point. How would you describe how this tastes to someone who's never had it before?
It tastes like a Moscow Mule.
It's got more depth and more dimensions to it than because the vodka really has no flavor to it.
Yeah, the rum adds a nice dimension to it. It actually is a little bit more flavorful,
more robust
than a mule, a standard mule.
I like this more than a standard mule.
This is very good. I think that I actually prefer a regular Moscow Mule to this, but this is very good.
If I am doing a Moscow Mule with cranberry or with if I am doing a Moscow Mule with vodka in it, I prefer the cranberry version, which we also stir in the rosemary.
Yeah, the holiday
mule, which we've talked about before. Mm-hmm. And not a tiki drink, but whatever.
Yum, that's good.
I'm still working on mine.
Same. What do we got for number 10?
Number 10 is another one of those just standard tiki drinks, tropical drinks. You see it on the menu everywhere, whether you're at a specialty mixology place with the high-end stuff or a tiki bar or a TGI Fridays or whatever. And that is the pina colada.
Pina colada. There's a song.
Yes, there is a song. I'm not going to sing it. But
me neither.
Pina coladas can get you in trouble if you're watching your macros. We've got a low-carb version. So to make this, you need 12 ounces of your coconut pineapple flavored sparkling water, the icy we've been talking about, 4 ounces of light rum, 4 ounces of full-fat coconut milk, not coconut cream, coconut milk, 1 ounce of low-carb simple syrup, and a cup of ice.
Okay.
Add everything to a blender, even your flavored sparkling water. You're shooting me a look. Trust me, it'll work.
That's my face.
Oh, okay. I love your face. Anyway, you're going to blend it till it's smooth. Keep one hand on top because it is carbonated. It's not as carbonated as like a ginger beer or something, but just in case your lid's not holding on tight, put that hand on top. Trust me. Pour into 2 tulip glasses or 1 giant pint glass or something, or a bucket, whatever.
Bucket. That's only if it's been one of those weekends.
Yeah. Garnish with an umbrella, an orange slice, a pineapple slice, a big straw, a cursed idol, or whatever.
Yeah. So you can get
cursed idols?
You can get cursed idols.
Can you get idols without a curse?
Probably. You get them on Amazon.
There you go.
And then you can also get the loop-de-loop straws on Amazon. They will send you a whole bunch of them
spelling
for like
out your
$11.
name even.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can get the eyeglasses
Can you get
one.
metal loop-de-loop straws that are, or at least reusable ones that are plastic?
I'm sure you can get reusable plastic ones. I don't know about metal. That's like a lot of metal work.
I'm sure somebody makes them. somewhere.
Yes, I'm not
Maybe
sure.
not
how
on
you
Amazon.
Wash it.
Yeah.
Maybe they
Pressure
make
washer? I
really
don't know.
long straw brushes that are bendy.
There you go.
Sounds like a market.
There's a market. So if you're looking out there and you're an entrepreneur, there you go.
Bendy straws made out of metal and the brushes to go with them. Because you got to clean it.
So anyway, that's your pina colada. Moving on.
There's a song. The pina colada song.
The pina colada song about people cheating on each other and they fall in love with each other more.
My best friend tells me it's
I think
like
they're
her
swingers.
favorite song. And I think they're swingers too.
Yeah. Or at least they're soon to become swingers
I
or
think they're
something.
totally swingers. And also,
Well, isn't that from the 70s, which was big on the fishing bowl, the fish bowls where you threw the keys in and that crap? Didn't they do an episode of that 70s show about that?
I kind of think that only exists in TV shows and movies. I don't think that's a real thing.
I don't know. Ask Nicole when it comes to pineapple. She flipped out when I wore a pineapple suit to Coach Hockey.
No, thank you.
She's like, "Are you a swinger?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? Pineapple's tropical. It's funny." She's like, "No," and then she's like, "Look it up." I looked it up. Like, holy crap! Upside down pineapple. I guess is the code word for swinger. Although she's like taking it to mean like everything pineapple. It's like, no, it's the upside down ones. According to Wikipedia, I don't know.
Well, Wikipedia is made by humans. It's not like they lie about anything ever.
Or change it just to mess with people.
Exactly.
Anyway, sorry, I'm chewing on a cube.
Cube.
Sounds like cube. Oh my God, Jessica.
We're
We're only halfway through the cocktails on this, and they're not even that big.
Not even halfway
We're just
through.
that tired.
I'm just silly. You have to edit that out.
You are silly. And I'm not editing that out. I'm totally leaving that in.
That's great.
And on top of that, I did number 10. You're doing number 11.
Okie dokie. Number 11 is a tropical cooler.
We should have come up with a better name for this. But whatever.
Yes.
Tropical cooler
Maybe we'll
works.
think of one right now. All right. So a tropical cooler has 1.5 ounces of white rum, 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice, 3/4 of an ounce of water, 1/4 teaspoon of pineapple extract, 2 strawberries that are chopped, 1.5 ounce of Zevia dry lemon lime soda. It's a 0-calorie soda. You're going to combine everything except the soda. Do not put the soda in the mixing glass. In a cocktail shaker with ice. Shake. That's why you're not going to put the soda in, because it will explode and you'll be really pissed off. Strain it into an ice-filled rocks glass. Top with soda. Garnish with a lime.
I made this one for you the other night.
What night?
2 or 3 nights ago, I made it for you.
It's been a long week.
It has been a long week. You liked it.
I could. It sounds like something I would like. I'm sure I did.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember. This one is, okay.
And
So this is important. When you are using pineapple extract.
I was just going to get to that.
You want to be very conservative with it. I will tell you, 1/4 teaspoon of pineapple extract is quite a bit. It won't look like it, but it is quite potent. So if you do not love pineapple, because I know it's not everybody's thing, I would cut that in half.
I do like pineapple.
I do too.
I
so
mean,
it
to the
was
point where
fine.
I like pineapple on pizza.
No,
with Canadian bacon
not
or just bacon
fight.
or even chicken.
3
We will
a.m.
fight about it. Yeah. But so I was fine with the 1/4 teaspoon in this, but if, like Jessica said, I would not go more than that.
No.
1/4 is the high end. You might want to dial it back a little bit.
Yep. Don't put pineapple on your pizza. It's disgusting.
All 4 of our children love pineapple on their pizza.
I don't
so apparently
believe
it's
you.
genetic.
One of them doesn't eat anything on pizza. She won't even touch it.
So one of them won't eat pizza.
One of them won't eat, period.
Well, because she's on. We got the feast and famine thing, and she'll like, I love it tonight, and like 2 weeks next week, I'm not eating anything tonight. It's like, oh,
Preschoolers are fun.
oh my God.
Could do without the food drama. The preschooler.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Food drama makes you want to have a cocktail as a parent.
For sure.
Parent life.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag parent life.
Yeah. Do you ever worry that we are perpetuating the whole mom wine cultural myth?
Who says it's a myth?
No, there's like
Tonight we're perpetuating
what?
mom tiki cocktails
Never mind.
myth.
That's a whole big long
Anyway.
conversation. Okay, what's next? Because I did number 11, so you get to do number 12.
Number 12 is another one of our quintessential tiki drinks. You'll find it everywhere.
It's a
Very much
staple.
Gulf Coast. And You know what? It's great, especially when you had one of those days. It's been a long day at work. You come home, your preschooler is refusing to eat dinner, even something that you know is her favorite.
Like spaghetti.
Yeah. And maybe it just might be one of those nights for one of these. And that is a hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
What did we used to do down in Florida when hurricanes came?
Drink hurricanes.
We either went to the bar and drank hurricanes, or we stayed home and made hurricanes.
Sometimes it's important to stay at home when there's a hurricane.
And sometimes it's more important to go to the bar because structurally that was a better place to be than where we lived.
Word.
So to make your hurricane low carb, and this makes either 2, if you want to be responsible, or 1, if it's been a fantastic day, 4 ounces of light rum, 4 ounces of dark or golden rum, depending on what you have. Yeah, you're putting a lot in this, especially if you're only making 1. It really doesn't matter which one you're using.
You're going to get hammered.
8 ounces of water.
Not off of that part.
H2O. 2 ounces of overproof rum or 151. And that's optional,
And
but
that's where
honestly,
the hammer is.
Honestly,
Make sure you drink your water after you have some of these.
I'm not done yet.
I know.
Oh, God.
It's
You
a
want
warning.
1 teaspoon of passion fruit 0-calorie water enhancer, so like a Mio or something like it. 2 squeezes of cherry 0-calorie water enhancer or dark cherry, and it's Mio. And that's essentially replacing your grenadine, which is
Sugar.
and calorie heavy. Then 2 ounces of Trop 50 orange juice. You can find these other low-calorie orange juices, which they basically are cutting it with water. But Trop 50, you can find it at every grocery store. To make this, in 2 hurricane glasses or 1 really big glass, put in a squeeze of the cherry enhancer, your cherry Mio. And this is your grenadine replacement, remember? Then you fill it with ice. Do not mix because you want that.
The red at the bottom?
Yes.
Okay.
You want the different colors. Combine everything else on top of it except for your overproof rum, your 151, if you can find it. Sorry. Combine everything else except for your overproof rum, if you're using it, in a shaker with ice. Shake, 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 shake it all up. Strain it into that glass that you have with your ice and then your cherry Mio at the bottom. Float the 151 on top if you're using it, which, let's face it, if you're doing a hurricane,
You might as well put it
you
in.
might as well put it in.
It'll make you happy.
Then you can garnish if you're up to garnishing at this point, especially if you've done a few of these. You might just say, screw the garnish. If you're garnishing it with an orange slice and a cherry. And, of course, an umbrella.
Also, if you wanted to, you could totally put this in a blender.
You totally
and just
could.
blend it all up with ice and
What is
make
it?
it frozen.
We did a
They're really good that
4th
way.
of July one year. We did a tiki party, and we got umbrellas from Oriental Trading. And how many years do we have? Yeah. How many years do we have umbrellas around the house?
Oh my God, we had umbrellas for like a decade.
Pretty much.
We did. Did we invite people to this party?
Yes.
Was it here?
No, it was in Tallahassee.
Oh, that's...
We had teriyaki chicken on the grill. We had shrimp kebabs. We had swordfish. We had all sorts of stuff on the buffet. And we had tiki drinks. And apparently they were awesome because Jess doesn't remember this party at all.
Oh, it was the fireworks part. Okay, I got it now. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that party now?
I do.
It wouldn't be a podcast episode if your parents or my parents weren't calling us while we're trying to record it.
Parents, let's all call.
12 down, 4 to go. What do we got next, Jessica?
A sour sailor.
Sour Sailor is
Or we could call it
what?
Sour Sarah.
Oh.
You called it the other night, and I think it's so funny. I wanted to rename it Sour Sarah, but you said no.
A Sour Sailor. I came up with this one the other night, playing around with this. This is my take on a whiskey sour, but tiki-ized. Is that a word? I tikied it.
Now.
I tikied it. A Sour Sailor is like a whiskey sour. So I did 2 ounces of Sailor Jerry rum.
That's where the Sarah came from.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
That's where the Sailor came from. Sailor Jerry Navy Proof rum. I did a 1/2 ounce of sugar-free simple syrup, a 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. Put all that in a glass, rocks glass, with ice, stirred it up, and garnished with a lemon slice. That was it. And we've got one of those in front of us. So hang on. You're already into yours.
Wait, do you know what we didn't do tonight?
What?
Cheers.
Well, we'll do cheers at the end when we get to the last one.
Okay.
Actually, the safe thing to do would be with this one.
Cheers this one because it's not full all the way.
There's not, this one was not as full as the
This is a tiny drink. Like, even if you're drinking it on your own, it's going to be tiny.
Well, you can scale it up. Cheers. There we go. Ooh,
that was a nice clinky.
Clang nice. Anyway, this was easy to make, easy to drink. What was that face?
It's tiny, but it's potent.
It's impotent.
No?
It's potent.
It's potent. Here, actually, this is for you.
So,
I don't...
Well, you know how, Sarah, well, I think the previous time before we bought this bottle.
Of Sailor Jerry?
Sailor Jerry. So I was home. It was the first year that our kids played in the Mite Cup. So in Michigan, MAHA, our state hockey association, puts on a championship for the 8 and unders. The Mites. All over the state. And
also, it's important.
Kid 1 and Kid 2 were playing on the same team, the Gray Thunder, because the kids voted on it, and they were almost the Sharks, which the coach and I were like, yeah, I'll be the Sharks. Nope, they were the Thunder.
That's hilarious.
Watch out for the Thunder. They're going to make a lot of noise and do nothing.
Thunder.
They went 0-4 in
Lightning.
pool play, but they had a blast up in Kalamazoo. But you were off with the mommies on the other side of Lake Michigan having a good old time, and you were mixing drinks for all the moms with your bottle of Sailor Jerry.
Guess who's not allowed to be a bartender anymore? It's me.
Yeah. Not only were you mixing them heavy,
okay,
it's also 92 proof instead of 80 proof.
I didn't know that. And
because you can't read? What? It's on the bottle.
You gave me a bottle of rum and was like, here, this is rum. Take it on your trip. And I was like, sweet, we're going to make rum drinks on this trip. It's going to be amazing. And I did.
You made rum drinks with like nothing else in it, apparently.
Orange juice. There was like a tiny bit of orange juice in each one. And a lot of ice.
There was an orange juice in the room.
Anyways, I made one and my friends sipped it and they're like, yeah, we want some. And I was like, I'm going to make them for everyone. And I did. And then the bottle was like a lot gone. And everybody drank their little orange and rum drink. And everybody was really freaking happy until they weren't.
Periodically, there's like pictures getting texted. And like one of your friends wanted to go on the trip, but she was at the Mite Cup with me.
Yeah.
And I was juggling all 4 kids, which was fine. They're having fun. Kid 4 was getting passed around to the different hockey parents.
She was like 1.
Kid 3 had his buddies there because older siblings were on the team. So it was him with some dudes and tablets.
Everybody was happy.
But every so often we get a picture like, oh, here's a bra hanging from a chandelier. With some like 40-ish-year-old moms.
It was a very fun night. The next day was not... You need to be careful with Sailor Jerry. And also you need to be careful
and
when
his
you
rum.
finally...
And his rum.
You need to be careful when you finally set the moms free and they have no kids for an entire weekend because they bring 47 bottles of alcohol. And I'm not...
So many jokes I'm not even going to go with setting the moms free when we're talking about a bra hanging from the chandelier.
I'm not exaggerating. 47
there was
bottles
some,
of alcohol.
There was some freeness going on.
It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. Nobody was wearing a bra and that one just wound up on the chandelier.
Whatever, not judging. I will say if the dads were all hanging out drinking, we'd probably still have our underwear on.
Morning, everyone was quite ill. And... Then we went to breakfast.
And your bartending privileges had been revoked.
Yes, they were definitely revoked after that. But we went to breakfast the next morning. And when I go to breakfast, I really like to have, especially if I'm super hungover, I like to have a big glass of orange juice. And so I ordered the orange juice. And I remember my one friend looked at me and she was like, what are you doing?
Should have gotten a Bloody Mary to have a little hair of the dog.
Because I mixed all of the drinks with orange juice. And so
more the reason to get a Bloody Mary.
Well, I wasn't thinking about it. I was just like, yes, breakfast and orange juice. I need this. And she was just like, oh, God, it's going to happen. And then the orange juice came and she was like ready with her mom hands to catch the vomit. And I took a sip and I was like, what was I thinking? No, I don't want this. Does anybody want the orange juice? And everybody was like, no, we don't want orange juice ever again.
Speaking of Bloody Marys, and again, not a sponsor, but Silver Beach Pizza, not a sponsor. That's the part I'm going, not a sponsor.
I see.
They have one of my favorite garnishes to their Bloody Mary. Because one, it comes with a sidecar of beer.
Yeah.
But two, the garnish for their Bloody Mary includes
Pizza.
a slice of pizza on a stick.
It is pizza.
And bacon and
It's
pepperoni and all sorts of stuff.
It's amazing. There's
Pickle.
nothing like it.
One of these days, we need to make it down to Journeyman, also not a sponsor. They have a Bloody Mary bar that beats everybody, along with the taco bar and the donut bar, all on their Sunday brunch.
But we'd have to get there at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
We can't take the kids.
That's exactly the point. Like, they'd
they
never
would-
make it into the building, and then they would cry after being there for an hour.
Well, you can get reservations actually now.
You can?
Because of COVID.
Oh,
Yeah, they can only have so many people.
that's amazing.
Anyway.
Okay.
So I made the Sour Sailor the other night, and you... Oh, you want your drinking back now?
No, I just want a sip of it.
Okay, I made the Sour Sailor, and you were like, whoa, this is potent. That's what you said last night. Or not last night.
No, I still
the other
don't like
night.
it.
You decided to dress it up a little bit more and made something you really liked. I still really like the Sour Sailor. So what was your take on the Sour Sailor?
It tastes like alcohol.
No, number 14, the next drink was the one because you took the Sour Sailor as the base and dressed it up a notch.
Mm-hmm. This one is called the Vitamin C.
What is a pirate's favorite letter?
C.
Well, you run
No,
the joke.
it's R.
No, it actually is
Son
the
of a
C instead of R. Okay. Anyway, another dad joke.
I'm not
Vitamin
good at pirate
C.
jokes.
Vitamin SEA.
Okay.
Vitamin C.
Good. It's based on the Sour Sailor. Good news, the rum drinks have kicked in. It's going to be... Your ingredients
Keep going,
are going
Jessica.
to be 2 ounces of Sailor Jerry, a half ounce of sugar-free simple syrup, a half ounce of lemon juice, 1 squeeze of lemon lime water enhancer, so Mio, and club soda. Put the rum, syrup, lemon juice, and Mio into an ice-filled shaker. Shake. Strain into an ice-filled Collins glass. Ooh. Or a pint. Nope.
You're right there?
Yep. Strain into an ice-filled Collins glass or a pint glass, and then top with the club soda. This one is more palatable to me because it's got more fruity flavored things.
You like downed it. You loved it.
Yeah, I did. Mm-hmm.
As I'm over here drinking your Sour Sailor.
I don't love... Look, if you don't like non-fruity alcoholic drinks, you are not going to love Sour Sailor.
I like sour stuff.
Yep.
Citrusy.
I don't particularly love sour things.
As I chew on an ice cream.
Anyways, the vitamin C is very good. It's like a fruity version of it.
It wards
Nice.
off scurvy.
That joke I got.
Yeah. Oh, hang in there, Jessica. We're almost done. We've got one more to taste. We got 2 more to discuss.
Mm-hmm.
And do you remember when we used to escape Tallahassee? We used to go down, and there was this... I don't know how to describe it. There was this hotel. About 2 hours away, 2.5 hours away. There's a barrier island along the panhandle of Florida, St. George Island. We used to go down. We drive across the bridge. As soon as you get across the bridge, there's a little sign saying, "Get your crabbing license." A little speck of land. It's thin and skinny. And we'd stay at this hotel with this huge pirate mural on the wall. And it was the Buccaneer. We used to get a hotel room with it had it looked like a McDonald's food booth kitchenette in the hotel room. And they used to love us because usually they get college students down there, like undergrads, just partying. And we were just quiet in our room when we go out on the beach. And we've got pictures of us like on spring break. And you're out there reading Verbal Behavior by B.F. Skinner on the beach.
Yep.
Because we were nerdy grad students. And
Forgot that hotel was called the Buccaneer.
The Buccaneer.
And you know what? I honestly
and we'd
loved
go
that
and
little hotel.
and we would bring rum with us because we were very much in the rum mood in grad school.
We lived in Florida.
Well, we got into let's see, what was it? In grad school, our big thing was rum.
Yeah.
When we were in D.C., it was a lot of vodka and martinis.
Was it?
You used to meet me at the door when I came home from work. Like, here's a vodka martini.
That was for you. I'm pretty
When I
sure
had
I'm
a
still
phase.
very much in the rum phase in DC.
You probably were. I got into dirty martinis a lot there.
Mm.
And now we just love the whiskey.
Yeah. Whiskey's where it's at.
But in Florida, the Buccaneer, Jessica, number 15, Buccaneer Brew.
Buccaneer Brew. In case you don't know, a buccaneer is another word for pirate. And if you didn't know that,
you didn't
should
listen
probably
to
read
Brunch and Books.
Yep. You
episode recent episode. I can't remember which
it's
now.
called, the book you want to read is called Alpha Oops.
46.
Alpha Oops. H is for Halloween, and it will teach you all kinds of words in there. It's great.
Episode 46, Brunch and Books. Sitting there with kid number 1 while we recording, cooked brunch, and talked about children's books.
That's right.
And other things.
Okay, so a Buccaneer brew is a play on a Sazerac, which you quite enjoy.
I quite enjoy them very much.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you're going to need 3 ounces of aged or spiced rum, 1 ounce of sugar-free simple syrup, a splash of Grand Marnier.
Oh, you got to say it like with your finger or your pinky in the air.
I'm not going to do that.
What?
No.
Whatever.
I'm not French.
And if you don't know what that is...
And I'm for sure not French because I had my DNA done.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know what that is, it's cognac mixed with orange liqueur.
Okay. 6 to 8 dashes of Peychaud's bitters.
Peychaud's.
That's what I said. Peychaud's bitters.
Oh my God, you're from New Orleans. You were literally born within the city limits.
And I'm sure that I'm saying it correctly. And a half teaspoon...
right up there with like Eau Claire, Michigan instead of Eau Claire.
That's right. Eau Claire.
Charlotte instead of Charlotte.
No, it's Charlotte. Everybody knows that.
Except for in Michigan where it's Charlotte.
That's bullshit.
That's because they can't pronounce the crap.
Yeah, it's Eau Claire. Let's learn how to speak.
It is Eau Claire is the correct French pronunciation. Eau Claire is what the people in Michigan say because we can't pronounce crap even though we're settled by the French. Anyway, moving on. Clear water.
A half teaspoon of fresh...
Wait till I get to perfume, which is eau de toilette. Toilet water. That's literally what it translates to.
Trust me, I know. I found that hysterical since I could actually read a perfume bottle. A half a teaspoon of fresh lemon juice. In a rocks glass, you're going to pour the Grand Marnier, roll around to coat the inside of the glass. In a cocktail shaker with ice, add all other ingredients, shake, strain into prepared glass. Serve neat or with 1 big cube. Want to fizz it up? Add club soda and use Collins or pint glass with an umbrella. I highly recommend adding the umbrella. It makes everything better.
Even if you don't have the club soda.
That's right. Still add the umbrella. It's always worth it.
Chew on a cube. Pardon the crunchers.
It's chewy.
It is.
You don't have to chew the cubes. You can just leave them in the glass.
You know what? I have to dilute the alcohol because you passed me your last
I
drink.
didn't like it. I'm sorry.
I really like the sour sailors.
The sour Sarahs?
Sour sailors.
We need to call it sour Sarah.
We do. We also talked about there's some names that just carry connotations with them, and I'm sorry if you're named that. But growing up, if you were named Jason and you went to school with us, you were probably in trouble. If somebody were to screw up, whether it was just the stupid things that out of the blue happened to you or you were in trouble, Jason.
Your name was Jason. Or
you
Joshua.
Were Jason. Or Joshua for the boys. For girls, drama seemed to follow the Sarahs.
It's true.
At your school, at my school, the Sarahs all had drama around them. Mm-hmm. Think about this. Maybe it was just us. Maybe.
I don't
but
think so.
Sarahs seemed to have drama with them back in high school and stuff. And this is 80s, 90s.
I've talked to other people who came from different states, and they are all in agreement
all around
about
the same
this.
time. Now, maybe that's not true for... Let me see. The decade after the 90s was what? The OTs?
Yes, the ODs.
And what are they calling now? The teens?
I don't know what the hell they're
Whatever.
calling
We're in the
themselves.
20s now. The roaring 20s.
Yeah, it's a roaring of not goodness.
The Rona 20s?
The Rona 20s. Yes.
But if you were in the 80s and 90s and you had a friend named Sarah, she probably had drama around her. Just throwing that out there. Maybe it was us. Maybe it was just a Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois thing, a Midwest thing.
Oh, no.
But those damn Sarahs. They had Sarahs and Jasons. Oh, my God.
Oh.
God help you if you're a Sarah married to a Jason at this point.
Holy could you imagine that? I cannot.
I don't know. I would just be sitting there. There's that meme of that dude by the tree rubbing his hands going and licking his lips going, oh, yeah, he's probably the divorce lawyer waiting for Sarah and Jason to split up.
I've known a lot of Sarahs in a lot of different states in the course of my life, and the vast majority have been very dramatic.
Drama finds them.
And
they're like drama magnets.
Don't quite understand why that is. But maybe they say the same thing about Jessica's. I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway.
For us, it's Sarah and Jason.
We got one last cocktail
one last one
to discuss. We have one last cocktail to sample.
Okay.
It's right here. It's nice and red.
It is red.
It contrasts well with the bright blue Hawaiian we had.
Yep.
Oh, hang on. I put some ice in mine.
Okay, mine was stuck and it splashed. This hole isn't... Something's wrong.
Are you having like operator error with your tasting flight?
This cup doesn't look. It doesn't fit all the way in this cup, and you squished it down so that it would go in the hole.
So I had my because I have 20-some tasting glasses, and the board you guys got me years later, and it just happens to closely. Oh my god! Hang on, I'm putting ice cubes on mine, and now my hands nice and wet because the ice cubes are wet after being down here for this whole episode.
But it's cold down here.
It's not that cold.
It should be. I mean, it is.
I mean, there's an Arctic blast, but we are indoors and we are insulated.
We're in a basement in Michigan.
A walkout basement. I've got a window out to the hot tub in the pool.
I know. We sound like spoiled brats.
We do.
We're not. We're very nice. I'm going to drink this.
Drink up.
Uh-huh.
As previously stated, drink up, bitches. We mean that in the lovingest way. Terms of endearment.
That's right.
And have number 16, which we are sampling. And it is our laid back punch. Laid spelled like lay, like the flower necklace. What?
What's in a laid back punch?
Well, I was going to go over the spelling first. Lei'', because that's cool. It's hip.
And
it's
you can wear one while...
Yeah, I'm doing
Oh my god.
Come on. Austin Powers was fun.
It is
for
fun.
our generation.
But that's a Dr. Evil line.
That's what I said.
Anyways, you can wear a lei while you drink this. And
there you go. Laid back punch.
Summery.
And this, again, is another one you can scale up if you need to. And there is a boatload. I almost said a load. A boatload of ingredients here. I'm going to do so much bleeping in this episode.
You're no fun.
Yeah.
It's not for kids.
We've already put disclaimers. We established that.
You don't have to.
All right. The laid back punch. 1 ounce of white rum. 1 ounce of aged rum or golden rum. 1 ounce of dark rum. 3/4 of an ounce of overproof rum or 151 rum. And honestly, once you put all those other rums in, if you've had some of these other ones, your 3/4 ounce is going to be a heavy pour and become a 1 ounce pour.
You can put this in a bucket.
You might need a bucket for this one. 1 ounce of fresh lime juice. 1 ounce of water. Just high quality H2O.
Sure.
2 to 4 dashes of aromatic bitters, 1/8 of a teaspoon of orange extract, 1/8 of a teaspoon of pineapple extract. And the way I do this is actually take a 1/4 teaspoon because I don't have an 1/8 teaspoon. And between the pineapple and the orange, fill it to the top. And if it's not equally 50-50, who cares? But they are potent, so take it easy. 1 to 1.5 ounces of sugar-free simple syrup. Depends on how sweet you want it. And then 1 to 2 squirts of the fruit punch water enhancer. It was the fruit punch Mio we used. Mm-hmm. Mio is not sponsoring us, but because it's easy to get the fruit stuff in there where they're keeping the calories and the carbs down.
In case you're wondering, the fruit punch Mio tastes like fruit punch Kool-Aid. So if that is your jam, you are going to love this. If it's not...
If that was your jam in 1986, there you go.
Right, I was 5 years old. That was absolutely my jam in my little...
you.
My little...
You youngin'. Actually, I don't know why, because it's fun being like older.
Kool-Aid, Mr. Kool-Aid cup. It was plastic. It had a face on it. It was cute.
He busted through walls. Actually, we had one of those. We had one of the ones that changed colors.
I'm so jealous of you right now.
We also had the Nestle Quick bunny cups.
I didn't know those were a thing.
Oh yeah.
Are they from the 70s before I was born?
You again.
You're not from the 70s.
Close enough. Anyway.
Right. One of us is not 40 yet.
Yes.
And you can just go ahead and leave that in.
So we had ones that looked like the Nestle Quick Rabbit, which I can't even remember his name. And his ears made the looped around, and those were handles. And we had 2 of those we used to have. My parents also had the vintage, and I think they still have them down in their basement, in their wet bar down in the basement. The brown Tiki Idol cups.
I'm pretty sure they still have those.
Pretty sure. I should really tell them right now. When next time you guys work on your will or update or anything, I want those put in for me. because I'm pretty much the only kid who will truly appreciate the vintage Tiki cups.
I don't know. You can get a lot of money for those.
Crap.
You should probably edit
Why
that
did you
out.
put that in? Now all my siblings are going to want them. I just wanted them because they're kitschy, they're cool, and we would drink out of them. Now I'm going to have siblings who actually want them for their, we'll sell them off for their monetary value. I just want to drink out of the damn things. And our kids will probably break them anyway.
Probably just tell your mom you want them and she'll give them to you now.
She might.
The
Anyway,
Nestle Quick
so-
Bunny. I'm
What?
sorry, the Nesquik Bunny. His name is Quickie.
Good for Quickie. Getting back to the laid back punch. So we got this buttload of rum,
Yes.
and we got all these other extracts to mimic our
Fruit punches.
fruit juices. And we've got the water in there because you got to, usually fruit juice is mostly water. Anyway, you're going to put everything except the overproof rum in a shaker with ice. Shake it up, strain it into an ice-filled, and crushed ice would be better, but an ice-filled glass. And honestly, if you really want to do it up, great. Do a 22-ounce brandy sniffer, but not everybody has one of those, so a pint glass works good, or just a huge glass, or a bucket, or whatever, Jessica. Then you're going to float your overproof rum. And if you don't know how to do this, you pour it in very quiet. You pour
Quietly?
it.
I'm pouring the rum.
You pour it in very gently, or you hold a spoon over the top of it and pour it on the spoon, and then it just flows over onto the top.
That sounds like a lot of effort to make a bucket of rum.
Look, I mean, you could just get an IV or something, but anyway.
No, you
but we've
can't.
got all
That's
these
bad
recipes.
for you.
You're going to garnish it, if you're up to garnishing it after all these other rum drinks, with a mint sprig, and then drink it.
Yes. That's the
Enjoy.
important part. It's really good. It tastes wonderful.
I'm working on it. Actually, this is a tad too sweet for me, but I also just had your sour sailor and my sour sailor.
Your sour Sarah?
Honestly, almost every Sarah I can think of has kind of a sour disposition that we have been friends with over the years. It's always okay, Debbie Downer. Oh my. We have not had an episode like this in quite a while.
We have not.
Well, what do you think? You're still sipping on your
This is a lot of rum
What was the last
in one
one?
episode. The fruit punch. It's the sour. No, not the Buccaneer. I don't know. Laid back punch.
Yes, your laid back punch. I'm still sipping on my laid back punch. I am not keeping up with you. You're just down in it because it has been one of those weeks for you.
I drink fast.
Sometimes when it's been a week. It's been a week.
I reorganized
week.
my office this week, and we picked up my desk. And
I feel bad for your tech support guy because he comes in and you've got
No, it was not-
your standing cart that you've named. What is it, Sharona or whatever?
Starla, and she's gorgeous.
You should have named it. Well, one, you should have named it. It's a standing cart that you can put your laptop on. I thought you should name it Rollo Tomasi
No,
after
Starla is better.
LA
because I
Confidential because it
found-
rolls and your last name is Tomasi.
Nope, I found the most amazing glamour shot to go with the name
What?
Starla in the universe.
Good for Stella, Starla, or
Starla.
whatever.
Her name is Starla, and she's fabulous. She's got hair.
Yeah, she's got hair. It looks like a Starla that
It
you found
does.
from Glamour Shots in
That
the
is
80s.
exactly what it is.
By the way, my mom did Glamour Shots in the 80s.
What?
There is a picture that my dad used to keep on his desk down at our Taekwondo studio we have, which not his day job, but it was the side thing he had. And it's her
Wait a
with a
minute.
black leather jacket with the collar popped and a blue feather boa.
I am gonna need to have these in.
Well, if you would
I
sign
need
up for
them.
Taekwondo with the kids,
No, I just
you can do it with Kid 4 because the other 3 are already in it and they're up to
Okay,
blue belt.
New plan. I'm gonna get your mom super drunk.
Good luck with that.
That's the tricky part, and then she's gonna show them to me.
I have
And
never
I'm-
seen that happen. Never. I've seen my dad drunk.
I'm
The
gonna
night
take
or the
pictures
night
of
we
them.
heard it where he and his best friend were helping my sister with some report on World War II or something. And the two of them then were drinking Puerto Rican rum that he had brought back from Puerto Rico, and they were eating breadsticks and marinara. And my brother and I had
Yes.
our bedroom below the kitchen so we could hear all this. And there was a hole in the drop ceiling we had because my dad had cut a hole in it so he could put his chain for his
Punch bag.
his punching bag, his sand-filled punching bag. So that also part of the sound deafening that had going on was removed because it was one of those drop ceiling things, and he didn't want the chain hitting it when he was hit. Because
Sure.
part of his workout room was also our
Right.
bedroom. We had weights on there. There was one night where I fell out of the bunk bed and landed on one of my dad's weights. Yeah. A lot of fun growing up.
What?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard this story, and we've been together for like a really long time.
My brother and I had the room in the so you came downstairs in our house. We had a split level house. Came down the stairs. There was the family room or living room. I don't know. We always got confused on the names. I guess like the family hung out in the living room, but the family lived in the family room. What? It was so confusing. Anyway, there was a room with the TV that we all hung out in.
There you go.
And the back room off of that was where my brother and I had our bedroom. And in that's where also, like, the doorway had the chin-up bar that my dad used to work out. And then on the floor, he had his curl bar and all his weights and stuff. And then in the center of our room, hooked into the joist, the floor joist for the upstairs, a ceiling joist.
If you're going to do that,
was his punching bag with the sand and everything right in the middle of our bedroom.
Nice.
Yeah.
The mattress fell through the floor?
No, I fell out of the top bunk because my brother and I had bunk beds, and I landed on one of his weights.
How did you fall out of the top bunk?
Because I was small enough where I fit.
Did you not have a bar?
I had a bar, but I was small enough where I fit between them. So his solution to this, being an engineer, an electrical engineer who dabbled in mechanical engineering, definitely not civil, was to take the Fisher-Price barn I had.
Like the one that moves?
Well, no, mine didn't make noise.
Because you're from the 80s.
Yeah. And put it up against the bar in it so I couldn't roll out. Well, guess what? That feels really great when you roll against it at night.
Did you ask for a pillow?
No.
Your parents are mean. My parents gave us water beds.
Yeah, you also didn't have bunk beds with your brother. You just had...
That's not true. My brother had bunk beds. I wasn't allowed to sleep in them, but he had them. One time I did get to sleep in one. I was not allowed. You guys had
well, by the time I met you, you had bedrooms next to each other. But later on, I found out the fart wars. You used to blow farts at each other down the hallway.
You and I are not married anymore.
We very much are. We just been married for way too long.
I don't want you to tell people this story.
Well, too late. It's on the podcast.
I hate you.
I know. I love you.
My fabulous coworker. You're gonna love this.
What's now? She has fart wars with you at work.
No, but we got close yesterday because we ordered Mexican food, and we ate the Mexican food, and it was freaking amazing. And then,
which means there were farts involved.
And then she was like, "I have to poop so bad," and I was like, "I have to fart so bad. We don't know each other well enough for this yet." But no, what was I gonna say? I don't remember. It was really funny too. What were you talking about?
It involves poop or or farts or something at work. Farts in the office?
No. I don't remember.
Why don't we move on to the Red Arrow Challenge?
It's not fun.
Yes, it is fun. Very fun.
No, it was really good.
Maybe not as fun as farting with your coworkers, I guess.
I guess so. Oh, I remember.
What's now?
She sent me a text this morning. And she said...
I'm sorry, I farted in front of you?
No, she didn't. She said, I just want you to know I had a dream.
Did when I got home and it felt so good?
No. She said, I had a dream about you last night. And I was like, oh no. And she goes, you were pregnant with twins. And I was like,
no. Tell her, you. No. We have 4 kids. We're done.
I sent her the gif of Steve Carell from The Office going, no. And then I was like, why? Why would you do this to me? That's 6 kids. No, thank you. And she goes, I would cry for you. And I was like, me too.
Every day.
Every day, forever.
4 is good. We had talked about, even when we were dating, we wanted 2 to 4 kids. Yeah. We got our 4.
4, we're good. Done. The end. That's the end. But yeah, she told me that. And I was
Which is so funny that like way back when we were dating, we were like 2 to 4 kids. We got our 4. Even when we had the 3, you're like, you were happy with our family. We're like, one buddy is missing.
Because I kept setting
There is a guy I play hockey with, though, who had 3, and he and his wife were like, somebody's missing, and they ended up having twins.
And we have other friends that happened to, too. I was terrified the entire time before we had that first ultrasound. Is there only
one in there? Making sure there's only one. Because twins run in your family, twins run in my family.
Yep. And it was a scary moment, but I told her, I was like, let's all hope that you are not actually a psychic, okay? And she goes, no, definitely not a psychic.
Just a behavior analyst.
That's right.
Close enough.
Yeah, worst dream ever.
Anyway, the Red Arrow Challenge is our... What's this do? The Red Arrow Challenge stuff. The Red Arrow Challenge is our fun multi-sport virtual challenge that we do every week. We do all these different... You can pick the category by age group. You can do the composite points, and we give a shout out. We used to post the whole results, but now, honestly, it's just easier on us because life has gotten busy. We just give a shout out to the champions each week in each category, in each age group. And that's a lot of shout outs when we do a podcast every week. So if you want to participate, go to our Instagram. Our handle is RedArrowHW. In the link in the bio, you can create a username, which is free. And at the end of each week, you put in, we run Monday through Sunday, put in your totals. If you come out on top, we give you a shout out. So here we are. This is for the week of Monday, January 25th through Sunday, January 31st.
Swimming.
As with the previous weeks, not a lot of swimming going on. I mean, it is winter. We're having an Arctic blast. I'm guessing most people up our way have their pools closed, but there is some swimming going on. 9 and under, nothing. 10 to 19, nothing. 20 to 29, though, Gator Boy was on top. 30 to 39, nothing. 40 to 49, Jesse's Girl. 50 to 59, nothing. 60 to 69, Kilogram Ill. And for our feature members, what the hell? Neither of us got in the pool.
I splashed around in the shower. That was fun.
Does not count.
Should. Gator Boy has gills.
If you listen to episode 3, actually, I didn't get into splashing around in the shower, but no, it doesn't count. That's where I laid out all the definitions.
Running.
9 and under, Easy E. 10 to 19, Lucky Dude. 20 to 29, Lexi. 30 to 39, The Logan. 40 to 49, Coach Dag. Coach Dag is new. Coach Dag is referenced in episode 23. If you listen back to that one where I had the 3 runners on, they were talking about our frenemies, the school that we love to beat, but at the same time, if they were not competing against them, we love to cheer for them. Mm-hmm. Coach Dag is their coach. Good for him.
He's delightful.
He is awesome. Mm-hmm. And I'm willing to bet he did all of his miles in shorts.
That's probably
50
true.
to 59, Teddy 68, 60 to 69, Pac Mac, and for our featured members, which are you and me, it was me.
Walking.
9 and under, Easy E. 10 to 19, Lucky Dude. 20 to 29, Smitha. 30 to 39, Me West. 40 to 49, Coffee Dude. 50 to 59, Mary. 60 to 69, Sunny D was on top. And out of our feature members, I beat ya.
Duh.
Yeah.
Biking on road.
Still not a lot of this going on in the middle of winter, but 20 to 29 was Gator Boy. 30 to 39, Cyclopath. 40 to 49, Coach T. And for our featured members, moi.
Speaking of biking on road, today I was in the world in our neighborhood quite a bit.
You really ventured out far, didn't you?
I did. Mm-hmm. And I saw the kid down the street on his bike all freaking day. It is 12 degrees outside. Did he get
is it the same kid that has the moped?
It's the kid
or at least his sibling.
I don't know if he has a moped, but it's the kid that will hook the leaf blower up to his back.
Yes, his
and
sibling
then blow
has
himself
a moped
around the neighborhood.
They go whipping around the neighborhood on their moped with no helmet.
Okay, but he puts the leaf blower backpack on, and then he sits on his skateboard and he blows himself around the neighborhood. It is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Anyways, he was on his bike all day long, and I was like, "What are you doing? It's 12 degrees outside. Go home." Go inside of your house where you have a dog and play with the dog.
At 12 degrees outside, I want to see the kid throw on the leaf pack and maybe a snowboard and snowboard around the neighborhood with the leaf blower instead of the skateboard.
It would probably work because it is super icy out right now.
It is super icy.
I bet it would work. He should
the
totally
little
do that.
Your slipping and sliding warning comes on in both my truck and your van.
Yep.
Yeah, coming out of the driveway when we had to turn, woo, you have no traction. No shit. As I feel the whole no traction, you can feel it right in the pedals. Anyway.
All right. Biking off-road.
Also not a lot of this. There is some fat tire stuff going on, I'm assuming, because if you're doing a bike trainer, you're counted as bike on road. 40 to 49, Dirt Devil. I'm sorry. 30 to 39, Dirt Devil. 40 to 49, Cyclone. Pretty much that's it. But there are a lot of snow-covered trails and fat tire stuff going on in Michigan and the Midwest.
Fat tire people play along.
They might be down south. I don't ask where people are at.
Okay.
But we can kind of guess. H. Kaner 305, we're guessing he's down in Florida because 305 is the area code for Miami. And
same thing with Gator Boy.
Gator Boy, we're guessing down
somewhere in the south for sure.
We're guessing Florida, but probably anywhere in the south. It could be even Louisiana.
Yeah.
Anyway.
True. Maybe he's one of those alligator hunter people.
Swamp people?
Yes.
Those are your people.
I know.
You know, we didn't have to go to D.C. I was offered a job in Louisiana.
You didn't like that job.
No, hell
You
no.
came home and you whined about it for an entire weekend.
They offered me a job.
Straight.
Yeah. Well, they put the offer in, and within 24 hours, I got an offer in D.C. for triple the money.
Well.
And it was like not as sketchy.
We wanted to have kids.
We did.
Sit down paddling.
Sit down paddling, kayaking, canoeing, whatnot. Not a lot of this going on. But 20 to 29, HK 305. We were just talking about HK 305.
Way to represent.
Word.
Stand up paddling.
Also, not a lot of water stuff going on, but somehow, I'm amazed by how much is going on.
There's a lot of people in this.
20 to 29, Gator Boy. 30 to 39, Me West. 40 to 49, Coffee Dude. 50 to 59, Mary Mary. And 60 to 69, Sunny D. And keep in mind, like rowing machines, that's sit-down paddling. This is stand-up paddling.
Mm-hmm. Cross-country skiing.
'Tis the season. 20 to 29, Lexi. 30 to 39, Alberto. 40 to 49, El Tiburon 95. 50 to 59, Elvis. Elvis beat out Big Juan 64.
Do you think Elvis
60, what?
has seen Blue Hawaii?
Do you think Elvis is still alive? This Elvis is. 60 to 69, Pac-Mac. Feature members. Neither of us are cross-country skiing right now. I got to find my cross-country skis. I think they're in my dad's barn.
You probably don't have skis anymore.
I used to have them in my dorm room at Michigan Tech.
I bet you they've been tossed.
You know what? He took my old hockey sticks and he turned them into...
shims?
No, he turned them into stakes for tomato plants.
Okay, like I said, you probably don't have skis anymore.
I need to look.
Okay.
Or we can go to the little local resale sports store. They do have them. Oh, the look on your face.
Ski, okay? No, it is cold.
There's not groomed trails around here like there were at Michigan Tech where I could leave my dorm. And I had all the different waxes for dry snow and wet snow. And you're looking at me like, what the fuck are you talking about? There's different snows.
We're getting divorced.
Yeah, you say that every episode, but we're not. You've said that for so many years. And we've been a couple for like 20 plus years.
We don't ski, and I like it that way.
I like cross-country skiing. We're not downhill skiers.
I don't want to cross-country ski.
Do you want downhill?
No.
We get to the top of the hill and we do go, whee, and you go. It's like sledding.
I don't think that you understand.
Do you want to be sledders?
I don't like this.
We could put it on the bottom, kind of like that non-food additive that Clark Griswold used. Anyway.
It's cold.
Can we move on with this? Thank you.
Skating.
20 to 29, Wildcat. 30 to 39 was a tie between SB Tom and SB Nikki. 40 to 49, Coach T. 50 to 59, Herb. Or as you like to say, Herb. Nobody older than that. And our feature members, me.
Hockey.
9 and under, Yellow Ninja. 10 to 19, Soleil. 20 to 29, Lexi. 30 to 39, Moose Man. 40 to 49, Great Juan. 50 to 59, Herb, or Herb if you're Jessica. Nobody older than that. And for our featured members, me.
Points.
9 and under, Easy E was on top with composite points. 10 to 19, Soleil. 20 to 29, Lexi. 20 to 29, 20 to 29, Lexi. Oh my God, these goddamn drinks. 30 to 39, Me West. 40 to 49, Coach T was on top with the composite points. 50 to 59, Herb, or Herb. 60 to 69, Pac-Mac. Nobody in the age groups set over than that. Ugh. Nobody in the age groups older than that, even though we have like the algorithm is set up to all the way to 90 through 99 and 100 plus. And featured members, shocker, it was me.
I don't have time to exercise, but I need to find time to exercise because this is not going well.
Well, and like staying on your diet was tough because your parents are here and they have all the good stuff. Like they come in with tons of different breads and they want to eat all the fast food and crappy, like takeout Chinese. It's so yummy, but it's so bad for us and doesn't match our low carb lifestyle. So that makes it tough, especially after you've had a long day and you're tired and you just want the good comfort foods, which we do have a comfort food episode coming up in the not too distant future.
I have a recipe for that.
Oh, I have lots of recipes too.
It's going to be cauliflower mash and gravy. It's going to be freaking
Oh
amazing.
my God, I got so many. We actually have a really fun episode. I have a comfort food that's going to go away along with our next episode. Our next episode is not a culinary episode per se, but I got treats I'm bringing down.
I like treats.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I need to exercise. I got winded going up the stairs. So
Oh my
it's
God,
time
that sucks.
to get back at it. And also,
There
summer
are
is
so many empty glasses right in front of me.
I drank your other drink.
Did
it's
you?
good.
Is that where I went? All right.
Mhm.
Well, I think it's time for me to go.
Pee.
Okay.
It's time for me to go pee.
All right. Well, this has been another episode of the Red Arrow Health and Wellness Podcast. We drop episodes every week, usually on Monday. Check back, check yeah. Oh my God, you're turning so many shades of red. Almost as red as our last cocktail. We do health, we do wellness, we do psychology, we do behavior analysis, we do parenting, we do lifestyle, we do low carb, we do recipes, we do all sorts of stuff. We do
drinks.
coaching, we do drinks sometimes. And this was a drink episode.
Week.
Oh my God. We usually
always
have,
a
what are
drink.
we drinking? Sometimes it's water and Gatorade.
That's true.
Yeah.
Speaking of
But
water.
this was a booze-alicious episode. You almost did a spit take. Yes. This was another episode of the Red Arrow Health and Wellness Podcast. It's been fun, Jessica.
Loads of fun, Marco.
Let's go cook some dinner because this is a
Yes,
Saturday
let's
afternoon
make
episode.
some food to soak this up.
All right. Love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye.